doing that.
What's my question? What's your
because
question?
you don't really want to hear it.
No, go ahead. I will
Okay.
give you space to speak. Go
then
ahead.
you will let me.
Yeah.
Okay. The question is, if you could live anywhere,
Right.
from North Africa all the way to, we left out Uzbekistan. You could live there, Kazakhstan, Saudi Arabia, Riyadh. Oh,
None of the above.
and
none of them.
Or Tel Aviv.
None of them. Literally none of them.
But if you had to choose one, you would. So to you,
I would not.
To you,
No.
Karachi, Pakistan, and Tel Aviv, same thing.
I would figure
'Cause that's
something out, but
that's
I've
powerful,
definitely.
not as smart as I know you are.
Bill Maher recently challenged Ana Kasparian's long-held political views and did not soften his approach. He directly called out the inconsistencies she has avoided addressing for years and brought them into the open for everyone to see.
Like a politician, you're avoiding
No,
the question.
I'm being as super honest as I can be.
No, you're not. No, you're not.
100% I'm being honest with you.
No. Because the question is, if you had to pick a city, and you're not answering that question, you're doing what
I have no interest in any place in the Middle
politicians are
East.
doing and saying, I don't want to live in any of them. I want to live in America. That's not the question. The question.
Bill Maher posed a carefully planned question to Ana Kasparian, asking where in the Middle East she would actually choose to live. Knowing her habit of blaming the U.S. for every regional problem, he put her on the spot by asking which place would offer her freedom, safety, and comfort, especially dressed as she was on stage. It was a smart move. The question now is simple. Can she answer it honestly?
If you had to live in the Middle East, so tomorrow, Anna, you got to go live in the Middle East, where would you live? You can pick one city, any city. You can, as far away as, say, Pakistan. You could live in Karachi. You could live in Cairo. You could live in Amman, Jordan. You seem to love Lebanon. I mean, Beirut's nice when the bombing's not happening and the assassinations have stopped. Or you could live in Syria. I hear that's wonderful in the summer.
Yeah.
Tel Aviv, or the West Bank, Ramallah, I think is wonderful for a little, it's in the fall, it gets lovely. Where would you live? What city would you live in?
Well,
where do you think you'd be comfortable in that dress?
I'm sure it would not be comfortable in this dress.
When extreme political ideas face real questions, they often fall apart. Ana Kasparian struggled to defend views she's pushed for years. Bill Maher asked her one clear question. Where in the Middle East could she live freely wearing that dress? Instead of answering, she shifted the blame to the U.S., avoiding the point entirely. And that wasn't the only time her arguments unraveled.
I'm sure it would not be comfortable in this dress in any of the various Middle Eastern countries that have been destabilized by
You're not
United States.
You're not really blaming it on Whitey.
Listen,
Are you? You're blaming Islam on Whitey?
I'm not blaming,
blaming-
Islam on Whitey.
What you're saying?
But-
We destabilized. That's why you can't wear that
Did we
dress?
not? Did we
Wait
not
a second.
destabilize?
Wait a second.
We
Are
were
you
funding terrorist organizations
the-
in Syria during the Syrian
Okay,
civil war, starting
are you-
under the Obama administration.
That's why
Did
you
that
ca-
not destabilize
that's-
Syria?
No, what's destabilized?
Oh,
Why?
it looks good. I know it looks
why,
good.
You're saying you can't wear that dress in Syria because of Whitey destabilizing?
I didn't say that.
Okay, that's
You're
what
putting
it
words in my mouth.
Okay, great.
But
That's
the
what
United
it
States
sounded
did
like.
destabilize various
But
Middle
I
Eastern
asked about
countries.
the
Are you going to
dress,
deny that?
I asked about the dress, and you went right to destabilize.
Ana Kasparian looked visibly uncomfortable as she searched for a safer answer, clearly avoiding the real issue. Bill Maher noticed the hesitation and the sidesteps, but didn't let up. He kept the question focused, refusing to soften it or let the moment drift. He wasn't there to spare feelings. He was there to point out the contradictions.
Is that why you couldn't wear that dress? Why couldn't you wear that dress? Why couldn't you walk down?
You want me to talk about
Why-
jihadism
I-
and
no, I-
Islam, but like,
Why won't you?
Listen.
Why won't you?
I mean,
Why won't? Are you saying every Muslim is a jihad? I don't think they are.
Bill.
Okay,
Let's
can't
focus,
you wear that
focus.
dress?
Let's focus for a second.
No, you won't. You won't
Let's
answer this
focus.
question.
I'm not going to defend that religion, like that extremist religion at all.
Why can't you just
That's
say?
not what this discussion is about. This discussion is
No,
about
it's very much what it's
ordinary-
about.
Bill Maher didn't hesitate once he saw Ana Kasparian avoiding the question. He called it out immediately, leaving no room for spin. She knew why she couldn't answer honestly, and saying it out loud would have exposed a major flaw in her views. Instead, she tried to steer the conversation elsewhere. Maher saw right through it, and so did the audience. The moment spoke for itself.
Stop attacking Israel, it'll stop.
Okay.
But the fact that you can't answer that question, and you know that
I don't know what the question is. What's the question?
You keep doing that.
What's my question? What's your
because
question?
you don't really want to hear it.
No, go ahead. I will
Okay.
give you space to speak. Go
then
ahead.
you will let me.
Yeah.
Okay. The question is, if you could live anywhere,
Right.
from North Africa all the way to, we left out Uzbekistan. You could live there, Kazakhstan, Saudi Arabia, Riyadh. Oh,
None of the above.
And,
none of them.
Or Tel Aviv.
None of them. Literally none of them.
But if you had to choose one, you would. So to you, Karachi, Pakistan, and Tel Aviv, same thing.
I would figure something out, but
that's powerful, not as smart as I know you are.
From where I'm sitting, Anna Kasparian isn't being straightforward. Bill Maher was right to push back. Instead of answering the question, she kept drifting into side topics, hoping to avoid the point. But that kind of pivot doesn't go unnoticed. It's what happens when a direct answer would expose a weakness. Maher didn't let it pass, and the moment revealed a lot. And honestly, this discussion is just getting started.
I'm Armenian. I have literal family members who currently live in Iran. I have no love for the Iranian regime. Let me be clear about that.
I left out Tehran. Would you like to live
Hold
there?
on, but let me just say something.
Tel Aviv, Tehran.
There is so much disinformation. Armenian Christians who are part of the Armenian diaspora as a result of the 1915 genocide against Armenians.
I know it.
They're living in Iran right now. They're going to church. They're being left alone by the Ayatollah, as awful as the Ayatollah is. So look, I'm not saying I would want to live in Iran. I don't want to live anywhere in the Middle East. I want to live here in the United States of America, the greatest freaking country in the world.
You're like a politician. You're avoiding the question.
I'm being as super honest as I can be.
No, you're not. No, you're not.
100% I'm being honest with you.
In the end, Bill Maher got Anna Kasparian to say plainly that she would choose to live in Tel Aviv over other places in the region. It came only after a lot of avoiding the question, but the answer finally came out. Maher stuck with it, calm and steady, until the point was clear. It wasn't about scoring a win. It was about reaching an honest conclusion, even if it challenged her usual stance.
Promise you wouldn't last a week in the other places, and you could easily live in Tel Aviv. So if you don't think that speaks of a difference between cultures and civilizations, then okay, we'll leave it there. But I promise you it does. And if you had to actually do that, I think you would agree with me.
I think given my very harsh and vociferous criticisms of the Israeli government, I probably wouldn't feel so safe living in Tel Aviv right now under this government. Under this government.
First of all, they have free speech there, so it would not be an issue. But that is a side issue. We're not really talking about. We'll just say just a person, not you with your vociferous talking at, just a regular, a woman of your age.
I'm sure a woman of my age who grew up in the Western world would probably feel the most comfortable in Tel Aviv. I will concede that.
Wow. Anna Kasparian made it clear she doesn't want children and doesn't want to be labeled with terms she finds disrespectful. She explained that this preference has nothing to do with opposing anyone's rights. It's simply about how she wants to be addressed. Her comments came after AOC used inclusive language while discussing reproductive rights, at a moment when many people were already upset over a major court decision. Kasparian reacted by saying she wants to be called a woman, plain and simple. What made the moment stand out was that it was one progressive voice openly pushing back against another. Once her comments hit social media, the reaction was intense. The debate spiraled quickly, exposing confusion, mixed messaging, and internal disagreements. While the discussion became chaotic, it also forced many people to pause and reflect on how far the language debate had gone. Watching Kasparian speak up again now brings that moment back into focus and reminds people why it mattered.
I don't want to have kids. And I don't want to be called a birthing person. I find it super insulting. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you never will be.
And that doesn't mean I hate trans people or I want to take rights away from trans. It just means this is my preference. So AOC used birthing people or birthing person.
Of course.
And it was in the context of women's reproductive rights being stripped away from them by the Supreme Court. So I'm already pretty furious about what had just happened in the Supreme Court and the reversal of rights that we've had for decades. And then on top of that, you have AOC refer to women as birthing people because she wants to be inclusive. And yeah, I had a little bit of a moment where I was just like, please don't call me on X. Twitter at the time. Please don't call me a birthing person. I'm a woman. I want to be called a woman.
Bill Maher isn't holding back anymore. After years of watching progressive ideas spread into every part of public debate, he's clearly had enough. He's seen what happens when someone stops fully agreeing with the movement. Pressure follows, and disagreement is treated as disloyalty. But Maher has never gone along just to fit in. He believes the thinking has grown rigid and unrealistic, and he's done pretending otherwise. Instead of soft criticism or careful wording, he's addressing it directly. He isn't backing down, apologizing, or responding to outrage, and that refusal alone reveals how shaky the whole framework has become.
One of my big complaints about the left has been the one true opinion. There is the one true opinion.
Yeah.
And when you deviate from that, it's so ironic. The people who absolutely hate bullies so much are the biggest fucking bullies in the world.
100%.
And they just want to bully you back into the corral.
Yeah, and you can't do that with me.
And you definitely can't do it with me.
Right. Yeah.
But I mean, they'll love some of what you said there because, you know, the useful idiots, this is the thing that they love, and the people who are marching for the terrorists and stuff. But
Bill, you want to go back there?
no,
Come on.
I don't
Come on.
want to.
Bill Maher recently challenged Ana Kasparian's long-held political views and did not soften his approach. He directly called out the inconsistencies she has avoided addressing for years and brought them into the open for everyone to see.
I mean, this is basic 101, and this is, again, to my point about, like, if I just listed, and I could do it for a long time, the things that they do because they're so tripped up by their own
Orthodox
ideology that they think that makes them a better person, to be so counterintuitive.
Bill Maher posed a carefully planned question to Ana Kasparian, asking where in the Middle East she would actually choose to live. Knowing her habit of blaming the U.S. for every regional problem, he put her on the spot by asking which place would offer her freedom, safety, and comfort, especially dressed as she was on stage. It was a smart move. The question now is simple. Can she answer it honestly? The left often acts like the ultimate moral authority, expecting everyone to follow their ever-changing rules or be labeled backward. Maher calls this out from within, showing just how rigid and self-righteous the ideology has become. By challenging Ana Kasparian, he exposed cracks in her arguments and the bigger contradictions of modern woke culture. When reality hits, the narrative falls apart, and Maher isn't afraid to show it. If you enjoyed this, hit like and subscribe for more.